Hey, how's it going today? Hope you're having an awesome day today. And I'm really excited to share this video with you today. This draws an end to the Structure to Success series that I've recorded. So I hope that you've got a lot of value out of it. And this really just ties it all together. Um, let's go ahead with this today. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the quarterly goal system that I use, and it's simple because when you want, what I've really found is like we all in life we have goals that we've set that we've determined are a priority in our life, and it's really simple. You want to know that the things that you set out to do are achieved at some point in time. The problem is that we've been trained to think that in order to really have an impact in life, we have to set these huge goals, these impossible goals to achieve. And like, while that sounds good in theory, I find that it can lead us down a path where we fall short and we don't end up achieving what we want. And then there's really no good that can come out of that. So what I found is that instead, you really want to have a goal system that serves you. You want to have a system that serves as a guide and really just keeps you on track. So whether you're setting quarterly goals or yearly goals, you want to have, goals that you set basically serve as sort of like a guide point so that you can go look at them, on a daily basis or even a weekly basis, and you know exactly where you're at. Um, you know, the way I look at it is like, there's tons of different theories on setting goals, but what I want you to really look at is that for any future goal that you set, you want it to be something that's realistic to achieve, but is also challenging enough that you kind of push towards it, that it's not just, something so simple that it just doesn't really motivate you at all. So, and I say this because in the past, like I would set really, really big goals, because I felt like it was the smart thing to do. I felt like, okay, to motivate myself, I got to set these big, impossible goals so that I'll go after it. And I just found that, they were unrealistic and they weren't attainable in that time period that they were allotted. And, year after year, quarter after quarter, I'd basically go back and look at these goals on paper and I'd see them basically staring me in the face, serving as a reminder of, once again, something that I failed to achieve. So over the years, I've got more proficient in setting realistic goals, but I've also used a specific system for tracking and reviewing my goals on a daily basis. And that's what I find is really important, is that the goals you set, you want to be able to see them. You want to be able to see them on a daily basis if you can, just so your mind and your body stays aligned with what you're working towards. And I'll be honest, like I don't achieve every goal I set. I really don't. But I'd say for the most part that using the structure that I use, it really has changed everything for me. Like, it's amazing how much more productive I am, how much more efficient I am, and that even if I don't achieve the goals I set in the time period that I give it, I know that there's going to be another opportunity just around the corner. So if you followed along in this series, you'll see that I've kind of given you a structure for daily habits, daily scheduling, and a weekly check-in. And now this is the final piece. This is the quarterly guide that really guides everything. And what I really like about this structure that I'm going to share with you is that you focus on your most important goals in a category. That way you just, even if you don't reach the smaller ones, you still have made sure that you hit that big one. So we're going to get into that a bit more. But what I find is that it ends up being it's a great feeling because you know that you don't have to be perfect every single day. You just have to show up, follow the process, and really just enjoy the journey towards what you set out to do. So if you struggle to follow through on your quarterly, yearly goals, here are some steps that I'd recommend that you try out. I feel like this will kind of give you the help you need. So first one is just grab a piece of paper, and I want you to write out these 4 categories in life. I find that these are kind of just like the most overarching ones, but you're welcome to add more as well. But let's start with these 4: fitness and nutrition, your mindset and spirituality, your family and friends, and your employment and business. I'll say them again: fitness and nutrition, your mindset and spirituality, family and friends, and employment or business. So whichever category you fall into. Okay, so I want you to write that out on a piece of paper. From there, I want you to determine, take some time with this, really take some time and think about this. But what is the most important goal or target in each of these categories, whether it's a quarterly goal or a yearly goal? So for example, in fitness and nutrition, say if your goal is to lose 10 pounds in a year, that would go into your fitness and nutrition category. And if it's truly the most important one, I want you to highlight or bold that one so it stands out from the rest. Then, once you've kind of got those most important ones set in place, what I want you to do is just start filling in the rest of your goals for that time period. Again, quarterly, yearly goals, you choose. I want you to keep it realistic. Keep these goals realistic if this is the first time you've kind of done something like this, and keep the goals to a small amount. So I'd say no more than 3 or 5 goals in each section. Okay, so your fitness section is going to have one main goal, and you're going to have 2 to 4 other ones that are smaller, but you're still working towards. My fourth part here is, if you haven't had a chance to review the other Structure to Success videos that I've recorded, I definitely check those out, just so you'll have a better idea of the weekly and daily system that you're going to kind of bring together with these quarterly goals. And then the final step really is just keep this piece of paper close to you, right? Because I want you to review these goals that you've set on a daily basis, basically to the point that, like, in your mind, you can basically think like, okay, what are my goals in the health and fitness category? Or what are my goals, with regards to family and friends for this period of time? You really want to get really close to these goals, because, that's really going to be the guide point of everything that you do. All right. So if you do this, you'll find that each day you wake up and you'll know exactly the direction that you need to go with your goals and targets. You'll know which ones are the most important goals that you need to put the majority of your focus into. And the benefit of this is that because you're putting a lot of focus into your big goal, it's just naturally going to have an effect on the smaller goals. So like, you don't have to even worry about the smaller goals, because if you're really focused on that big goal, it's going to have just like this natural like trickle effect onto the other ones. And I find is that you'll just have a high level of momentum and confidence on a daily basis, because you're actually following through on the things that you said you're going to achieve. To me, there's nothing bigger than that, right? If you follow through and say what you're basically saying that, this is what I want to do, and you're actually doing it, that's true power right there. Okay. But if you don't do something like this, if you find that, if you have no goal structure and you're just going to kind of just wing it, you're going to find that you're going to get stuck, because you just won't know which is the most important goals to go after, which also means you're going to get sidetracked. And because you didn't really have firm goals in the first place. So once you hit adversity or, a hard time, you may want to switch, or you may want to just give up on what you're doing. You're going to have a low level of experience, more frustration, because those goals are just continuing to not get achieved. And then that's really not good, because basically the more that happens in life, the more that, it becomes a part of you. So it's like, if you achieve the goals, you feel successful. And if you don't achieve the goals, you feel like a failure. So which side do you want to do you want to go after more? You definitely don't want to go after that failure aspect, right? So that's it for you today. That's all I got. And this draws an end to the Structure of Success series. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope there are a few things you're able to take away from it. Give this quarterly goal structure a try and see what you think. And if you find value in it, feel free to check out the other videos I recorded. It will really bring a full system together for you that's really implementable. So that's it for this video series. Like I said, I'm really in your corner on this one. I really want you guys to succeed in what you're doing, and I hope that you are able to take pieces from this series that I've recorded and bring it into your daily life. So that's all from me. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk soon.